This is the Boss FS-1 Wireless, or FS-1-WL, and Boss have sent this over to me to review, to show you what this thing can do, and I'm actually genuinely really excited about this. It's a 3-button wireless foot switch, and you can connect it to pretty much anything, and it can control pretty much anything. Now the final thing that actually comes with this is actually an iOS and Android app, so you can program this up how you want to with your phone, and then you can connect it to other devices. I'm going to show you what it's capable of. Now, if you've got a phone or a tablet or computer, of course, that's got Bluetooth built in, you don't need anything additional to control this with. But if you're looking to control pedals that don't have Bluetooth built in, of course, Boss have their own Bluetooth connector. Now, in order to program this thing up, the simplest way to do it is actually on your phone. You can get the FS-1-WL editor on any device, Android or iOS, or even a Mac and a PC, but I'm going to use my iPhone. Now the thing is, in the App Store, if you just type in Boss, you're going to get loads of different games, and you're not going to find the right thing. You do need to actually put in the FS-1-WL into the search engine. So when you do this, you're actually going to find the editor. You just click Get, and then it's downloaded and installed. Now while that's downloading, I just want to let you be aware of a couple of things with these pedals. So you've got left, right and center. That's how the pedals are programmed up and how they're seen on this device. When you put it into MIDI mode, then this is CC 80, 81 and 82. But when you're using it in HID mode, it is center, left and right. But just be aware of that because Boss have pre-programmed a couple of things in there for you so you can just get up and running without having to edit it at all. The editor's downloaded, let's open it and let's have a look. Now it's asking straight away, can we use Bluetooth? Of course we can, no problem at all. And it even says Bluetooth MIDI in and out. So we say okay, and you can see here, activate Bluetooth function on your smartphone, but do not pair your device yet. If you have a selected device, unpair it before proceeding. Tap the Bluetooth MIDI device button below to select the pairing from the list. So what we need to do is we need to turn this on and we need to turn the Bluetooth search on. That's what these two buttons are here. So what I'm going to do is let me just turn this on, and I've just put it into MIDI mode for now. And then I'm going to press smartphone stroke PC, which is this button at the end here. So if I give that a press, you'll notice that that is now flashing. And then we click Bluetooth MIDI device, and straight away it's found it because it's flashing, and then we just hit connect. It's connecting, it's asking if you want to pair, so we click pair, and it's connected. There we go. So now step 3, it says select the device to connect in the box below, and we've got it there, it's already connected, and that's fine. And we just click OK. Now this is connected, it's now talking to this, you have to give it a second, and then what it'll do is it'll show you what each pedal is doing. Now remember, you haven't just got the 3 buttons on the front, you've also got the connections at the back, so you've got control 1 and 2 and expression. So on the app, what you've got is you've got 6 controls. So we've got pedal left, pedal center and pedal right, control 1, control 2 and expression. You can see the CC numbers for each one, which is really handy. And if I tap on one, I'm going to tap on pedal L, which is pedal left. The mode we're in right now is CC, which means we're going to be commanding control changes. So we actually go into it, you can see it says CC number 80, and if you want to, you can change that. You can move it between 80, let's have a look what we've got. From off, we've got CC1, and we go all the way through. We've got quite a few here. I think there's a couple of gaps somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So CC31, and then we jump to CC64. We're on 80 at the moment, and we can go all the way up to CC95. That's more than enough CC numbers to pick from. And then you can change the off value and the on value. That's really important because there's a couple of things with Boss where it needs an on value and an off value. When you use things like the Morningstar, you have to give it 2 commands per button press, but this looks like that is going to do that anyway without you having to program anything extra. Now you'll see at the top here it says Bluetooth, USB, MIDI out and total. So at the moment we're talking about everything that's going to go out by Bluetooth. You've also got USB, and the USB can do something else as well. So you can change the CC number of the USB, but also keep the Bluetooth a different CC number. Then you've got MIDI out, again exactly the same thing. And then you've got total. Now with total, you've got MIDI channel, so we're on MIDI channel 1, and you can see pedal L mode, and you've got CC. So you can change that to PC or PC and CC if you want to. Then finally for each one, you've got a latch or a momentary. If you don't know what that means, momentary means that if you tap it, it's like a light switch. You're going to turn it on and you tap it again to turn it off. Latch means you hold it down and then the effect will come on, but as soon as you let go, it's going to turn off. So it's whether you want to hold the pedal down for what you want and then let go, or you want to just go on and off. That totally depends on what you're doing, but it's great that they give you that option. Those options are also there for Control 1 and Control 2. Now the other thing as well is you've also got Librarian, and that's right at the top there. And this is where this is really, really cool, because what you can do is you can create live sets. So if you click this, you can give it a name. So you could create a live set for this where this turns into a page turner. So you've got like page back, page forward, and that's fine. But then you can have another live set, which is controlling a lot of effects on an amp. That way you don't have to reprogram it every single time. You can just pick your live set and then you're good to go. Finally, you've got menu. So you've got the system settings, and you can actually change the color of the LED. So at the moment you can actually see here, they're all blue, and that's fine. But if you want to change that, we can. So we've got red, blue, or purple. So I'm going to change this one to red and then change it over to purple. So I could have a different color for each one, red, blue, and purple. Or I can just have it the way it is, where all three colors are the same. But it's a really nice idea because it's a good visual representation of what you're doing. Maybe you've got this dedicated to record or play, so you want that as a red button, but then you've got the other ones as blue, and it depends on what you want. I'd like to see a green in there. Then you've got your Bluetooth settings. That's obviously just connecting to this device. What's really nice in here, they've got owner's manual. That's just a link. It takes you to the Boss's support page to get you the right manual for your device. And finally, you've got version, and this is actually just the software version. It's on version 1 at the moment because it's just come out. But having version here, I'm wondering if they're going to do a software update to the app, and then in turn that could update the firmware remotely. That'd be cool. So what do I think of this? Well, it's amazing. Now, Boss did send me this for review, and if you do want to grab one and pick one up, the price of this is £109. Now, you can pick the FS-7 pedal up for around about £60, £59 in the UK, so it is obviously way more expensive in that respect. But this thing is compatible with so many more things. Being able to control your computer, maybe control your DAW, control YouTube if you're doing YouTube learning, and then of course you control things like iPads, if you're doing a page turner, or if you've got a Bluetooth adapter like the Widdy Jack or Boss's own version as well, then of course you can control musical equipment. They really have thought about the connections on this, and I think Boss have taken their time to figure out what people are using and how you use it. This power option to change between MIDI and HID is a fantastic option because it changes the functionality of the pedal, but it makes it more usable. But still, having the traditional physical connections as well means you can even expand this. I could plug in another pedal into this and we could control even more things. So things like having an FS5, 6 or 7, plug that into here, and then your entire pedal system is wireless. Now, if you do want to pick one of these up, you can now go to my Throne store page, and you can actually find that there. Along with every other product I've ever reviewed, it's one link and shows you them all. I'd like to thank Boss for sending this out to me, and this is something that's going to come in really, really handy when I'm using page turning for my iPad, but also if I just want a little bit more expandability on things like the RC500. Now, in order to use this with the RC500, you noticed I used a thing called a Widdy Jack. This is a TRS to Bluetooth adapter, and if you want to have a look at the video about that, it's right here.